Hey everyone, in this video, we'll ask the question, what is Hailuo AI? In order to do so, first off, we're going to start here at minimaxi.com. It's very possible that you have heard Hailuo being referred to as Minimax before. Now, it used to be that if you went to the Minimax site, you could quite easily get redirected to the Hailuo site. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems as though there are a couple of button clicks that don't really take you where you need to go. So we're going to go straight to the Hailuo site, and this is pretty much what you need to do from here on out. So if you just go to hailuoai.video, I'm doing my best to pronounce that, but it's HAILUOAI.video. And that's going to bring you to this site here. And to answer the question, what is Hailuo AI? It is one of the best, if not the best, video generator that is out there right now. Nothing else really quite compares to Hailuo. Well, that's not entirely true. There are definitely some really impressive advancements right now. There's platforms like Kling and Luma Labs. There's different ones out there that do a really good job. But I would say that generally speaking, for myself personally, if I'm looking for a video generator, the one that I trust the most, that it's easy to get to, easy to use, is Hailuo. So here we are at the main site. You can see on the left-hand side, we have a few options to explore. We can go ahead and click on mine, and we can just see here the different options that I've already generated, and you can kind of see for yourself what the results are like. So here we have a nice city scene in the morning, and this was done with just a photograph, and the results are really quite nice. Here we could take a look at this one. This is really cool. Unfortunately, it didn't follow the prompt that I necessarily wanted it to, so this is kind of pointing in the wrong direction. But you can still see for yourself that the results are really quite spectacular. In this case, the issue may very well be just related to the prompt. And this kind of goes back to whatever video generation you're doing. It's always a good idea to make sure that your prompt is as specific as possible. And sometimes it does take a few tries before you get what you're looking for. So this is kind of the rub when it comes to the credits, because you can use a few credits before you dial into the results that you're looking for. Let's just go ahead and we'll take a look here at this. We've got our animated character, and the results are pretty cool there. What I would have wanted is a little bit more movement in the background with the cars and different things like that. But again, this is where I was kind of simplistic with my prompts, and so I didn't really get what I was looking for in that regard. And of course, when that happens, then you really just have to go back to the drawing board, try to improve your prompts, and then go from there. We'll just take a look here at the next version. So we have our female character who is standing in front of a time portal, and we do this kind of cool flip here to see the laboratory that she's in. Now, what I would probably want to do with this is actually throw this clip in reverse. So this is something that you might see with different generations, is sometimes it actually will do what you're asking, but it might do it in reverse. So if that's the case, then all you really have to do is just put that in reverse on whatever video editing software you might be using. And that's something that I have done before. Let's take a look at some of the other options here. So we have a man here drinking his coffee on the bus. We've got some really nice movement here with the cars. Everything looks very natural. It's all going in the right direction. Here we have this guy playing with his tie, getting ready for work. And we can see here that the results are really quite nice, quite natural. Here we have this girl here waking up in the morning, and again, really quite impressive. The results are very, very nice, and you can see for yourself what Hailuo is capable of. So that gives you an idea of what Hailuo does. So if we just go to the create option here, then you have your image to video, your text to video, or you can use a subject reference. And all you have to do with the image to video is just bring your image in here. You're going to enter in your prompt, and then you have a couple different models that you can choose from. The latest model indicates that it's better for live characters. So the original model, I would suspect then, is better for scenery, but not necessarily for if you have actual people moving around in it. And that one, the latest model, seems to be more appropriate for that. And you can see here that each generation costs 30 credits. You are provided 100 free daily credits, so you can come in and make about 3 generations per day. I'm not sure exactly how they math that out, why it's 100 credits and not 90 credits, because it always ends up that you have a couple of credits extra. But that is just something that they offer. It could be that it's a little bit better if you have a subscription. But 30 credits, 3 generations per day, for a lot of people, that is going to be sufficient. This gives you an idea of how Hailuo works, and it's really quite straightforward in terms of its interface. There's not too many bells and whistles that you have to worry about. You just drop in your image, or you can use text to video. Let's just take a look at that really quick. So here, text to video, we could say a fantasy forest in an epic movie, and hit generate on that. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to use my credits right now, but just by doing so, then you're going to get a generation, and quite honestly, the results are usually quite spectacular. This button, if you enable this, then your prompts are going to be a little bit more specific. So if you don't want Hailuo to be messing with your prompts, then you can turn that off. But leaving that on, it does tend to improve the results quite a bit. And if you're just looking for something kind of random, then that's a good idea. But also, it really does help to improve the prompt and add more details in terms of quality, etc., etc. So that gives you an idea of just the overall capabilities of what Hailuo does. And you can see here we have our options down on the right hand side. We can recreate each of these. So if we go through, we can hit recreate. And if there's any here that you liked, but maybe the results didn't quite come out the way that you wanted to. So here it's asking, do we want to replace the current prompt? So that's great. So this brings our image back here. We have our prompt back ready to go. And we can do something like cars driving, let's say windy. We can hit to generate on that. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I do want a more improved version of this. And then we can see here for ourselves about how long it takes to generate something in the free version. Now, something to take into consideration is that if you are on the free version, then it is going to put you into a queue. And sometimes you're going to have to wait a bit before your video will actually begin to generate. So you can see here that right now we're just optimizing the prompt. We haven't even started the generation yet. So that is just going through the prompt here that we've added, and it is going to optimize that for us. And once this is done, as I said, there's a good chance that it's going to put us into a queue. And sometimes the queues can take upwards of 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It really depends on how many other people are in line. So here you go. There are still 17,000 people ahead. Expect to wait for 626 minutes. So that's a little bit scary, but don't get too scared because usually that number will drop down quite a bit quite quickly. So at this point, we might have to wait like 15-30 minutes or something for this to complete. But if you're just patient, then it should come through. But this is where you might want to use the subscription. If you're happy with Hailuo and the results, then you might want to just go with the subscription so that you don't have to wait in line and your generations will be much faster. And that's all there is to it. That gives you an idea of what Hailuo is capable of. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe for more helpful tips.